In continuation of the Mendelian disorders, earlier we tried to understand the color blindness, hemophilia. Now, some other genetic disorders which follow the Mendelian principles. Mendel's laws of inheritance, controlled by one gene. One is a sickle cell anemia. Sickle is an instrument, curved. Sickle cell, here cell RBC. Anemia, there are two definitions. One, less of hemoglobin than the normal, very less of hemoglobin, or less count of RBC. Both are same. If less count of RBC means less amount of hemoglobin. It is autosomal sex-linked recessive. Autosomal sex-linked recessive. Gene present on autosomes. It is linked. Autosomal linked recessive. Sickle cell disease is caused by mutation in hemoglobin beta gene. There will be two genes, alpha gene, beta gene. They code for different polypeptides that together make the hemoglobin. Gene found on 11th chromosome. This point you remember. Autosomal recessive located on 11th chromosome. Inherited disease of red blood cells, erythrocytes. Affects protein inside the red blood cells called hemoglobin, a red pigment that carries the oxygen mainly. Sickle-shaped cells. Normally, the RBC in human beings are biconcave. They are biconcave, but in affected persons, they turn to sickle shape, curved shape. So therefore, they carry less amount of hemoglobin. Interrupt blood flow, blocking small blood vessels. These sickle-shaped, in affected persons, RBC are sickle-shaped. These affected sickle-shaped blood cells block the blood capillaries, prevent the blood to tissues and organs. So therefore, tissue that has no blood flow is damaged and causes pain. This is very common in block people, African blocks. Sickle cell anemia is autosomal linked recessive trait. The disease is controlled by single pair of allele HBA, HBS. This is dominant gene, this is a recessive gene. When both are together, heterozygous, this is expressed. In heterozygous condition, HBA is HBA normal gene, HBS sickle cell gene, mutated gene, but recessive. Three possible genotypes: HBA, homozygous, normal, healthy, because both are dominant, so therefore there is no problem. HBA, HBS, heterozygous. Even these people are also normal because here dominant gene is there. Then HBS, HBS both are recessive, homozygous. They suffer from sickle cell anemia. It is transmitted from parents to offsprings when both the parents are carriers for the gene that is heterozygous. Then disc, normal shape, the normal or disc shaped, this is sickle shaped, soft, hard, easily fall through small blood capillaries, but often get stuck in the small blood vessels. Normal lifespan of normal RBC lifespan is average 120 days, but here they live for only 20 days. Later on, they are destroyed. Therefore, less number cells, less amount of hemoglobin, as a result, anemia. Sickle cell hemoglobin is not like normal hemoglobin. The mutations in the gene cause problem when oxygen levels in the blood are low. When the sickle cells RBC are more in number, they carry the less amount of oxygen, therefore tissues and organs are deprived of oxygen. With less oxygen, the abnormal hemoglobin S gene can cause rigid, non-liquid protein strands to form within the red blood cells. These rigid strands can change the shape of the cell. Biconcave, it becomes a sickle-shaped one, causing the red blood cells that gives the disease its name. Sickle-shaped cells are not flexible, so they block the blood capillaries, stop the blood flow. Tissues are deprived of the oxygen. This is a consequence is whichever the organs, whichever the tissues are deprived of the oxygen, because of this condition, there will be a pain called pain crisis. Immediately they need to be rushed to the hospital. The pain attacks can occur without warning, and person who has them often needs to be hospitalized for effective treatment. Then, if both father and mother are carriers, means heterozygous, HbA, HbS, the chances of progeny, healthy trait, and carrier diseases are, if both the parents are heterozygous, 25% chance of inheriting two normal hemoglobin A genes. In this case, the child does not have the sickle cell trait. Means 25% of the children will be normal. 50% carriers. Another 25% they suffer from sickles. That means if both the parents, father as well as mother, are heterozygous, suppose they have 4 children, 25%, one child will be normal, 2 children will be carriers, normal but carriers, 25, another child will be with the sickle cell anemia. Anemia results due to death rate of HPS. As I told you, it is only just 20 days, whereas it is 120 days normal RBC. New RBC are produced at a slower rate. The RBC count has to be maintained normally. So that means whatever the RBC die, they should be compensated immediately. Number of normal RBC lower in sickle cell anemia patients. So this is biochemistry and molecular biology. Normal RBC, you can see biconcave structures, normal HbA gene. So this is a polypeptide, CAG, CTC, nucleotide sequence. When there is, this is the mRNA, GTA. Then this codes for glutamate or glutamic acid. Whereas if there is a mutation A, instead that U, it codes for valine. Because there is a change in the amino acid sequence of the polypeptide, there will be a change in the folding, secondary, tertiary, quaternary. As a result, this will affect the structure of the hemoglobin, and this is in sickle cell HBsG patients. You can see the sickle-shaped cells curved, not like this. Then another phenylketonuria, autosomal recessive, gene present on autosomes. Again, recessive. All the diseases included in your syllabus are recessive. Take it as a general. But some are on sex chromosomes, some are on autosomes. Phenylketonuria, simply known as PKU, is inborn error, a defect in the newborn children, infants. Metabolism that results in decreased metabolism of amino acid phenylalanine. Phenylalanine is an amino acid. This disease lead to intellectual disability. Mentally they are retarded, seizures, behavioral problems, mental disorders. It may also result musty smell and lighter skin. As we have studied earlier, this PKA is also an example for pleiotrophy. Autosomal recessive, meaning that both copies of the gene must be mutated for the condition to develop. So two genes means there will be two, one recessive, one dominant. It is no problem. They may be carriers, but there is no problem. Is a genetic disorder inherited from person's parents. Mutations in the PAH gene, which results in the low levels of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. Phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme. What this enzyme does? This enzyme converts the phenylalanine to tyrosine. Under normal conditions, phenylalanine is converted to tyrosine, but because of the mutations, this phenylalanine is not converted. If it is converted, it is converted to phenylpyruvic acid. So both these, phenylalanine and phenylpyruvic acid, accumulate in the body. So that is the problem in phenylketonuria. Gene PAH, enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. In normal individuals, phenylalanine is converted to tyrosine. This is the normal process. But here, because of the mutation in the gene, that enzyme becomes non-functional. So therefore, phenylalanine accumulates, or it may also be converted to phenylpyruvic acid. Accumulation of these in brain result in the mental retardation, reduced hair, skin pigmentation. Accumulated substances are excreted through urine. So in the patient's urine, these two substances will be more. Then another is thalassemia, autosomal linked recessive. Autosomal linked recessive. Thalassemia is an inherited blood disorder. This is a inherited blood disorder, just like sickle cell anemia, just like hemophilia, that causes our body to have less hemoglobin than normal. Again, anemia-like problems, less hemoglobin. It causes anemia. Mild thalassemia does not need treatment, but more severe forms might require the blood transfusion from healthy persons from blood banks. It is an autosomal linked recessive blood disorder, important point. Then symptoms: fatigue, weakness, those suffer from thalassemia, pale yellowish skin, facial bone deformities, slow growth, abdominal swelling, dark urine. Then some babies show signs of symptoms of thalassemia at birth. Others develop them during the first 2 years. At the time of childbirth, they will be normal, but during the growth, during the first 2 years period, they develop the disease, thalassemia. Hemoglobin molecules are made up of two chains called alpha beta that can be affected by mutations. It contains two chains, alpha, beta. One or both may be affected by mutation. Production, either the alpha beta chains are reduced, resulting either alpha thalassemia if there is a mutation in the alpha gene, alpha thalassemia. Similarly, if there is a mutation in the beta gene, beta thalassemia. Alpha thalassemia severity of depends on the number of genes, whereas beta thalassemia, which part of the hemoglobin molecule is affected. The mechanism is different. Here the number of genes, here which part of the hemoglobin molecule is affected. Alpha thalassemia is controlled by two closely linked genes, HbA1, HbA2, present on chromosome 16. 16th chromosome is autosomal. Each parent and its observed mutations or deletions. Some parts of the chromosomes deleted, some genes are deleted, not present. Or more of the four genes affected, the less alpha globin molecules produced. Means more the number of genes affected means more the severity of thalassemia, less the amount of alpha hemoglobin. Beta thalassemia is controlled by single gene present on 11. So these two genes are located on different chromosomes. Here it is 16th, here it is 11. Alpha thalassemia may be because of 1 or 2 or 3 or sometimes 4. Similarly, beta thalassemia, 1 or 2, different types of them. Or both conditions caused by genetic mutations, both affect the hemoglobin but different mechanism. One affects the alpha hemoglobin chain, another affects the beta hemoglobin chains. Then beta thalassemia occurs as a result of genetic changes to beta globin genes. In both alpha beta thalassemia, symptoms may be absent or severe depending upon which genes, how many genes are affected. Then how is it inherited? Thalassemia is inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern. Both parents are carriers of thalassemia, means heterozygous. 25% chances that child will be normal. 25% chance child will develop thalassemia. 50% will become carriers. if both the parents, just like earlier one, we have seen what is hemophilia. Similarly here, 25% normal, 25% disease, 50% carriers, normal but carriers. Thalassemia and sickle cell anemia, both the disorders lead to anemia, which is dangerous, which is problematic. But what is the difference? In both the cases, hemoglobin, less amount of hemoglobin. Thalassemia is quantitative problem of synthesizing two hemoglobin molecules. Sickle cell anemia is qualitative problem of synthesizing an incorrectly functioning globulin. Here less, incorrect. Thank you. That what we have seen, sickle cell anemia, then phenylketonuria, then thalassemia. All these three are autosomal recessive but are located on different chromosomes.